Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Come on in. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Tap screen, tap screen, tap screen, tap screen. Should alive, should alive, should alive, should alive. Let's see. Yeah, come on in, come on in, come on in. Hi from Tampa. Welcome, welcome. Hey Latasha Ann. Hey Boo Hey. Thank you, Vanessa Mess for my heart me. Thank you, Glorious Likes for my heart me. Y'all send that heart me, send that heart me. Y'all know the deal. Share, 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 invite, invite, invite. Share, 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 invite, invite, invite. We love the merch. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I have on the manifest everything positive city today. Because you know. We got some times going on, but we finna talk, okay? We finna chit chat. Hey, hey, real Alexander. Hey. Hey, Goat Mo. Hey, Robert. Let's see. Hey, I'm so deaf. Hey, V. What's going on, Vicky? Hey, girl. Hey. Hey, sweet Mama B. That's a cute name. Hey, Shar. What's going on, honey? Y'all tap, tap, tap. Share, share, share. While you guys are coming in, everybody give me housekeeping so I can test my delay and see what's going on with that child. Now, this eyelash may come off, honey. She's struggling to stay on. It's a day. Okay, it's a day. Hey, Becky Queen B. You said the black and gold looks good on me. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh, okay, I got about 5 seconds. That's not that bad. Okay, housekeeping number one. Hey, Trail Marketing Group. Housekeeping number one that everybody needs to know about. Okay, if you have not signed up to get my text messages for Wednesday, 11:11 a.m. Central Standard Time class, make sure you do that. You're going to text Ashley Ann, ASHLEYANN, one word, to my phone number. When you came in here on TikTok, my phone number popped up there. Everybody else on YouTube and on the gram, just click the link in my bio, and in the white section before you start scrolling, you'll see my phone number up there. Okay, send me a text. That's how you get text notifications. Second thing, if you haven't signed up for your free follower to buy your class, and if you haven't signed up for the Royal Court where you get marketing emails, when you click the link in my bio, scroll down to the free 99 section, and you're going to sign up for the Royal Court, and that's how you'll get your emails there. Okay. Next important thing that you guys need to know in housekeeping. While I'm doing the housekeeping, y'all go ahead and give me the hey God hey. Give me the hey God hey. We're gonna try and do a community conversation tomorrow because it's a lot going on. Okay, it's just a lot, child. Stuff is just all over the place. Okay, it's a lot that's happening. But and yes, I did. I cut my fingernails. So I'm going to grow them back out because I just really wanted some short nails. I don't know. I just had an urge for some short nails. Really weird. I always wear them long. Maybe it's a sign. Okay, man, I'm feeling you know what I'm saying? Well, I used to be out there in the streets boxing people, and I used to keep them short. Okay, maybe we finna have to make something happen. I don't know. I had an urge for a short nails, so I cut all my fingernails off. You said they look classy short. I don't think that they look classy short. They're definitely like working hands though, because I have big hands. So, and I have like a large nail bed. So, like longer nails normally just look better on my hands. That's what I like. But you know, Glorious Locks, you never know. Okay, we might be nugget and bucket. Okay, I know I cut my fingernails off, but it's gonna be fun to watch them grow back out. For those of you that don't know, I do my own nails. I do a lot of stuff, but I do like not professionally, but I enjoy this like my hobby. I do my own nails, I garden, and I like cooking. So anyway, so that is that. Hey, baby. But y'all give me a hey, God, hey in the chat. Okay, next that we need to do while we're going through housekeeping. Okay, a lot of you guys were trying to get into the Faceless Content Workshop. Yes, it's sold out. No, there's not another one coming up anytime soon. My workshops like that, they rotate. So it would be maybe like 3 or 4 months before I do another faceless content workshop. So if you missed it, you can purchase the replay. Okay. As far as next upcoming live workshop, I think in 12 days, we have the 6-figure lunch workshop where we go through what you need to do to set up in order to have a high 5-figure or 6-figure lunch. So if you want to join that, when you look at the link in my bio, there's a button. It says affordable workshop series. You're going to tap that button, bada boom, bada bang. Okay. You're going to be in here. Okay. You're going in there like swimwear. Okay. Hey. All right. Next is on the housekeeping list before we get into content for today, for this evening. If you want to come into my Instacoin Academy, we're having a secret sale. You need to DM me the word secret, and I will get you a link to sign up for Instacoin Academy, and you will get to take 50. It's already marked down 50%, and you get to take another 50% off of that. Okay. So Instacoin is my 1-year mentorship program. That's the program that has produced a little bit over 600 of my 6-figure earners. And we work together for a year to develop your business. I normally say if you're making under $25,000 a month in profit, that you should be inside of Instacoin Academy. We put together your pricing, your products, your sales, your shipping. We help you learn ads, retargeting, all that kind of stuff. Okay. So if you were trying to work with me for the next year, I have 3 spots. If you want to come into Instacoin Academy, send me a DM. It is first come, first serve. Okay. That is that. Okay. And we all know what's shaking out here in these situations. Other than that, everybody give me the ready. Let me see it roll through my comments. If you're in here and if I've helped you make money, drop the dollar signs, the credit card emojis, the euro, the yen, the dinero, whatever makes you feel good down in your shanana. If it is your first time here, I got 3 very basic rules. 1, if it's your first time, don't let it be your last time. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, wherever you're watching me at. Rule number 2, if you know somebody that needs this information, do not be a hater. Okay, don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. Okay, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell a pimp, tell a player, tell a heifer, tell a hustler, tell somebody your upline, tell somebody on your downline, tell somebody on your team, tell somebody with a dream, tell somebody about your girl, Dr. Ashley Ann. Let's see, I don't think you ever sent me the link when we were chatting in the DM last week. Latasha, send me a DM to remind me, and I'll try and shoot you the link again. But if I ask for your email, I probably emailed you the link, because I remember us going back and forth pretty extensively. If you send me your email, you got emailed the link is what I had the team do. But if not, just send me a DM and I'll get you a link. Okay. Let's see. Next that the third rule there, ask if you don't know, if you're confused, you don't understand a term, you don't understand a concept that we're talking about, ask. Okay. Do y'all know that literally over 80% of businesses that are started by Black people, Black Americans, over 80% of our businesses go under in 18 months? Do y'all know that? 80% of our businesses within 18 months, that's a year and a half. Within a year and a half, you are open and you are closed, and you are overwhelmed with the amount of debt from your business venture. Okay. So your skill, your gift, your hobby, whatever that is, your product that you've created, that's one thing. Your service that you offered, that's another thing. But actually being able to run a business and profit from a business and create something that's sustainable, that is a actual gift. And if you're in here and you've been in business for over, a year and a half, if you made it to the 2-year mark, clap it up, honey. If you've made it to the 3-year mark, you're in the minority, believe it or not. And if you're a dinosaur like me, getting close to 20 years in business, child, like I'm a whole anomaly, right? Considering I'm a Black woman from the South, came from a working class family, lived in the country on a farm with no street lights, no sidewalks. And then when I say God is good, right, I've had my shares of ups and downs, but God is really good. God is really amazing. Sometimes when I look at my life, I'm just like, what is happening, right? Or what has happened? And what's crazy is I know that there's more coming, right? So anyway, now that we've gotten that out of the way, for those of you that are new to me, Our first official Wealth Wednesday under Hill Talk is Wednesday at 11:11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Please put that in your calendars. The system does not always send out the notification. The second thing that I need everybody to do tonight on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, wherever you're watching me at, I need you to tap the screen like a fiend. Okay. I need at least 1,000 taps from everybody. Censorship has already started. A lot of my posts that I've been trying to put up over the past couple of days have been getting taken down. They will suppress me and not put me on the FYP page, especially whenever I start speaking about the things that I have been speaking about, right? Speaking truth to power, coming out, right, and talking about the current administration, how it's affecting us, different things that we need to be doing. It just comes with the territory. Okay. It comes with the territory. So one of the things that you guys can do to help me wherever you are watching me at, make sure that you like. Okay. Actually like. Make sure you tap the screen too. YouTube, you got to actually like. You got to hit that thumbs up, okay? So make sure y'all like. Make sure you tap the screen. Make sure y'all share with 2 or 3 other biz besties, people that you know that want a business or that are starting a business, or people that are already in business and they need help with the sales, the marketing, the scaling, things like that, okay? If you feel compelled to send a badge or to send a gift, do that. If you can help me hit my gift goal, TikTok really likes it whenever creators hit the gift goal. So I didn't set a big gift goal tonight. It's small. If y'all can help me clear that out, that would be fantastical as well. Okay. Those are things that you can do for me, but tapping is free. Sharing is free. Liking the stream is free. Commenting inside of the section, it's free. Those things do not cost, don't cost a dime. Okay. So with that being said, hey, Libra's Touch, what's going on, honey pie? Good to see you. With that being said, let's get into this. So there are a few things that I want to chit chat about out here in these streets. Okay. I've been saying that I'm not gonna lie, I never thought I would see the day that Auntie Tab was out here getting dragged by her eyelashes. I never thought I would see the day. I never thought I would see the day. It's also very disappointing, if I'm being honest, to see these larger content creators. Very disappointing to see them, and these are people that understand. They understand business. To see them perpetuating some of this foolishness because they want to get the likes, clicks, and views. Right? This is really. I never ever thought I would see the day that Tabitha Brown would be out here getting dragged like this. And apparently, people are also really upset with the lip bar as well. So y'all know Mondays are mindset days here in the kingdom. So we're going to talk about literally a mindset for business. And we're going to focus specifically today on having emotional control and how it is a skill that will make hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars for you. Okay. We're going to focus on emotional manipulation a bit as well today as well. Okay. That's what we're going to be talking about. And then I just want to break down a few other things as we go through everything. Is that okay? Is that all right with everybody? That's what we're going to be talking about. That's what we're going to be covering this evening. And this is really important. Okay. This is really, really important. Of course, she's handling it well, but the idea that that we have so many people in our community, and let me say this. Let me go and get my disclaimer out the way. It's really not a disclaimer. It's just a statement. I know that there are going to be people that are going to choose to be offended by what I am saying right now and how I'm speaking, and you have the right to be offended. That is your choice to make. I know that there are going to be people who, they are going to be committed to misunderstanding me, and they're going to try and twist and manipulate what I'm saying. They're going to try and change the context. They're going to try and, turn this into something that it's not. Okay. I also am aware that when we're out here on the internet in this big wide space, there's no one to separate, okay, the special needs students from the above average gifted and talented students, okay? So that we're all out here in the same place at the same time. Okay? Let me be clear when I say this. And I'm speaking to, if you're in my community, you typically follow me because you are a business owner or you're a content creator, or you have a side hustle, okay, or you're aspiring to one of those things. Those are typically the people in my audience, okay? So that means you are a leader. I know I'm very confident. I understand very well who I attract. I am not, I'm an acquired taste. I'm here to support leaders. That is who, if you are a leader in your household, you're a leader in your community, you're a leader in your organization, you're a leader in your neighborhood, you are a leader in your region. If you are someone who's built a massive platform and you're a leader among your peers, okay? That's who I am here for. I'm not here for other people. So sometimes some of the talk that I talk, some of y'all are not going to be able to handle it, or you're going to find it offensive, or you are going to, you're going to have a visceral reaction to it, and that's fine. You're entitled to that, okay? You are entitled to that. Blink, blink, blink. Everybody, okay? And you also are entitled to, if you don't like me, if you don't like the words that are coming out of my mouth, that you can continue to scroll. You don't even have to stay here. Okay. Whenever you see my face on your timeline, baby, just swipe on by. Okay. You can unfollow if you want to. You're entitled to do those things. I just want to make sure that I'm getting that out there and I'm being extremely clear. Okay. That I'm being extremely clear with what's going on right now. Kimberly, thank you for the confettis, baby doll. Now, what I see over and over and over and over again with our community that I've witnessed since I started paying attention, probably like about the time of 20. Okay. When I was around 20, I really started looking at Black people as a whole. There is a burst of emotion and outrage and complaining that comes that typically is not followed up by action as a community or as a group. Okay. And for example, y'all remember when all this stuff was going on with Colin Kaepernick? If we could have got everybody to actually boycott the NFL, I'm going to tell y'all this, we wouldn't even be in this situation right now. As much as I talk and teach about people getting insurance and having policies, if there was enough Black people that got them, the laws would have been changed. Okay. So as a whole, we are a community that has selective outrage, and there's a bunch of ranting and a bunch of trash talking and a bunch of this and that. Some of y'all will take it to the next level and you'll dox somebody. But when it comes to following up on things that need to be followed up on, that doesn't seem to happen because it's an emotionally charged situation amongst our community. Okay. And so what I'm asking, if you're in my community, if you're a member of the kingdom, what I'm asking you to do is to be the leader in your home, be the leader in your region, be the leader in your organization, be the leader with your online platform, okay? And give clear directive and clear messaging to your community, to your family, to your friends, okay? That period, point blank period, the end of the discussion. That's where we're going to start at with that. Now, you don't have to agree with me and with my plan, okay? You don't have to agree. You can do whatever you want to do, but I'm going to tell you guys this and tell you this right now. If you are in business and you want to have longevity in business and you want to be able to make hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars, you're going to have to learn how to control your emotions. 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 You know why? Because in business, there are very few people that you're going to annex out and you're going to say, I ain't never dealing with them again. There's very few. Do y'all know how many times I've had to work with people that I don't like? Y'all know how many times I've had to be on a stage or a room with somebody that I know was coming for my neck, doing everything that they could to stop me, and I still had to keep it cute and walking there with a smile on my face. Okay, like I'm walking on the water, gliding. You understand what I'm saying? And you never know with, even if there's a rocky beginning, or right, y'all have a engagement with one another that's not favorable, who you may be able to circle back around to and how you may be able to leverage a situation. And let me tell you this, people that make long-term decisions based on their short-term emotions are always struggling. They're always in need. The majority of them are broke. I really like, let's take a second. I want y'all to really think about this. People that are emotionally charged, like I'm talking about people that are very rash with their reactions. You know what I mean? Out here bragging how they go 0 to 100. Out here bragging how they cut people off. Out here bragging how they disrespect people. Out here bragging, I told them I did this, I did that. Okay. How many of them in your regular life? I'm not talking about the people on the internet that get rewarded for bad behavior because they're entertaining and people like to watch them because it makes them feel better, right? They're like, well, my life ain't that bad. It's not, I'm not as bad as this person. I'm not talking about them. I'm not talking about that. Okay. I'm talking about the majority of people in your regular life, regular, everyday, average people. Okay. How many people that operate like that do you find that are happy, that have longevity in their relationships, and that are financially stable and financially free? They're not, because they're automatically reacting. They have auto reactions to physiological responses. And I am telling you this, okay? Exactly. They always struggling. They always going through something. Always struggling. Always going through something. Okay. If we're out here and we're trying to build up, we're trying to move forward, we're trying to progress as a community, you're trying to build in your business, you're trying to create a wealth system, you want to be able to have consistent sales with your services or your products or whatever your offers are. Okay. When you see that, I am telling you this. It's okay to have your emotions, but it's not okay to react on your emotions. There's a lot of times I could have acted a fool and gave people a show and people would have cheered me on to my demise and I would have been out of here a long time ago. Because the tide always changes, right? Hey, Mika, what's going on, baby doll? The tide always changes. And so let's talk about some of the dangers of being overly emotional. Okay, let's talk about some of the dangers. I already named one. You're not going to be able to maintain relationships. Okay, that's the first danger. Let's just get that out the way. You're not going to be able to maintain relationships if you're overly hyped, you're overly emotional charged. Okay, you also are going to find that you don't get what you want. Social graces is a real thing. For every man and every woman that can hear my voice, if there's a man or a woman in your life, okay, if you're a woman and there's a woman in your life and you notice that that woman, when she walks into the room, people just love her, that people just bend for her. It seems like she always gets her way. You know what I mean? She's always happy. There's always a new opportunity. There was always something for her. People are excited to see her and she has social graces. I would encourage you to see if you can get cozy with her, if she will mentor you, if you can learn her ways. I listen to every Black woman in here. I need you to listen to me and listen to me well. And your big cousin Ashley Ann is telling you this right now because she loves you. Okay. And I have degrees. I am telling you this right now. Your social graces will get you further than your degrees. Blink, blink, blink. This is something that they're not teaching to Black women. And Black women are growing up and we're knocking it out of the park when it's coming to academia. Okay. We're knocking it out of the park when it's coming to skill or when it's coming to a talent, when it's coming to mastering something, and then getting frustrated because we're still underpaid. Getting frustrated because we're still getting ignored, getting frustrated because we're still getting looked over for promotions, getting frustrated because we're still having a hard time getting that business up off the ground, being able to build up that community, being able to convert people. You know why? Because you're not learning the skill of social graces. And a big part of social graces is emotional control, because people are going to say things to you. They're going to do things to you. People are going to do things to try and poke and prod and disrupt your peace. People are going to try and do things to tear down your reputation. People are going to do things to make you trip and fall, maybe have you slow up, try and stop you from getting a deal. And if you have an emotional reaction to all of these people and you can't come into a room and be able to pay these hoes dust, excuse my language, if you can't do that, you are going to struggle. Okay, you're gonna struggle in all of those areas that I just said. So we want to make sure that our emotions don't have control of us, that we have control of our emotions. You're allowed to have the emotion, you're allowed to feel the feeling, but we can't be over here overreacting to it. Okay? Most of y'all, if you're being honest, some of the reasons that you're not where you want to be at in your life right now is because you made terrible decisions based on your emotions. You ended a friendship that you shouldn't have because of your emotions. You jumped out of a stable situation too fast because of your emotions. You cussed out the wrong person and come to find out there was the hiring manager, but because of your emotions, you couldn't get there. You had an attitude with the wrong person, so you didn't get the upgrade. You didn't get the bonus because of your emotions. Because of your emotions and your ego, you won't pick up the phone or you won't text the person that can help you, the person that can give you advice, the person that can give you the answer, the person that can plug you in somewhere because of your emotions. You get mad or have a disagreement with somebody, or they, hurt your feelings and you're upset. Now you're willing to throw away the whole relationship because of your emotions. And now you got to work 2 times harder, 3 times harder, 4 times harder, 5 times harder. Something that you were close to getting next week, now it's going to take you a whole nother year to get it because of your emotions. People that are overly emotional in that type of way, I'm telling you this, you're not going to get what you want. When I was a little girl, my papa would always say to me, Ashcat, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Right? Because he had to help me cultivate and channel my energy. He knew I was smart. He knew I was right. Like, hey, you're not wrong about this. However, the way you're going about it, okay, you're going to you're right, but you're not going to get the result that you're looking for. You're not going to get the outcome that you want in the end. So I'm asking y'all right now, you want to be right or you want to be happy? Because some of y'all are so charged up, right, about this Target boycott. And let me be clear, I'm down for boycotting, but the way y'all trying to do it, I'm not. I'm just keeping it a buck, because it's going to hurt our community in the end as a whole. Right? I'm a Black business owner. When I do groceries for strangers, what neighborhoods do I go to? I go to Black neighborhoods. Shutting down grocery stores, dropping $30,000, $40,000 of my own money, not through a 501(c), not reaching out to other people to help me. When I see Black people in distress, they're not getting enough aid from FEMA. They're not getting enough aid from their local government, from their state government, their city government. Oh, y'all need clothes? I'm a bomb. Oh, y'all need laptops? I'm a bomb. Oh, you need your insurance didn't cover this, and you need money to help you finish the roof, finish your HVAC. I'm going to get it. You understand what? And it's not just me. There are other Black business owners that are doing this. Those of you that have been to my Accelerate 180 trainings, I spend $500,000 of my own money out of my own pocket putting on for y'all. So y'all to be able to come, learn, get the context, the networks, your business funding, your connections, right? So literally it's watching us crumbling the Black businesses that we have. Do you think if you crumble them, they're going to be able to walk other Black business owners into the table, into the room to have a seat? Do you think that you're going to have, y'all know Black people, we're 8 times more likely to hire another Black person. That's another reason Black businesses are so important in our community, because we keep each other employed. You got to move strategically and not emotionally. Sometimes your overreaction to your emotions because you reacted without finding the facts out. Well, now you've put yourself at a disadvantage. You put your kids at a disadvantage. You put your family at a disadvantage. And sometimes even your friends at a disadvantage. And sometimes it's not a disadvantage. Sometimes you flat out putting people in danger. Can we talk about it? Because some of y'all some real high heads. And you putting people in situations where they could lose their life. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? Right? So when we're going in to build our businesses, do y'all think that I haven't had conversations with people and I've had to sit there, disagree with everything they're saying, but let me just sit here and listen. Y'all think I ain't had to deal with some people that I just find just downright detestable, but I got to deal with them because I still needed to get what I needed for other people in my community. I still had to be polite because I know I'm going to have to see this person another 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times over the next few years. And I don't need somebody that has the right. I don't need a decision maker actively making decisions against me. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not saying lay down for anything and everything. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you got to be crazy like a fox. Okay. And sometimes you got to be agreeable and you got to keep that mouth shut so people don't know what you're really up to. Okay. Does that make sense? So the first thing, when a dog brings us a bone, let's go through the questions you need to be asking yourself. Okay. When a dog brings you a bone, there are particular questions you got to ask yourself. Right, because a lot of y'all like, oh, the dog is my friend. No, the dog ain't your friend, baby. The dog has all kinds of other ulterior motives, and we got to figure out what these ulterior motives are when the dogs bring us bones. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So if this dog is bringing you a bone, right? Let's figure out, well, what's the motive? What's really the motive? Why did this person want me to know this information? Why does this person want me to potentially walk into this trap? Why does this person want me here? Right? That's what we're trying to figure out. It makes sense to everybody? That's what we're trying to figure out. So, first thing first, how did the dog even get the information? How did they get it? How did they deliver it to me? Did they deliver it to me accurately? Right? Because a lot of times they'll put 20 on 10, right? Somebody will come and they'll be like, oh, such and such was talking about you. Well, I was talking about you, but not in a negative way. Yeah, I was. I was talking about, how smart you are, or how I haven't seen you in a while. Or I was talking about how I really liked, your last post that you did. But they'll come up and they'll say, oh, man, yeah, they was talking about you. And then you'll confront the dog that brought you the bone, and they'll be like, well, I didn't say it was bad. I didn't tell you to do this. I didn't tell you to do that. Right? So that's the first thing. Who is delivering the information? Why are they delivering it to you? And are they delivering the information accurately? Okay. This is number one, because as you're building your business and you're starting to get, you starting to glow up, you starting to get a little shine, you getting acknowledgement, you getting some accolades here and there, you getting some motion, you got some traction. You're crazy if you don't think people are going to come to you dragging bones to try and distract you and try and discourage you. So now your mind is off worried on something trivial that really has nothing to do with what's going to be beneficial to you. Next, if we get upset, and when I'm talking about upset, I'm talking about anger, I'm talking about melancholy, extreme sadness, if you feel devastated, if you're extremely anxious, anything, right, that's on a frequency that's not associated with an emotion that's not associated with a higher frequency. Okay? We're going to wait until we calm down about it. That's the first thing we're going to do before we even make a decision. Okay? We're going to wait until we calm down. Now, once we calm down, this is where the business mindset comes in. Okay. Because your ego wants to be placated, and we got to tell the ego to sit to the side. Okay. we're going to research or we're going to investigate, right? Remember, because I said we can't react without all the facts. So let's figure out what the facts are. Let's figure out how this process works. Let's figure out what the time frame is that we have to move in. Let's figure out what the fines are, or if there are any, right? Or are there any type of punishments, right? Is there any type of retribution? Let's figure out, right? Like, what are my options? Are there any specific supplies? Are there any tools? Is there something that I missed? Like, I'm serious, y'all. I'm serious. You need, right? Because I'm telling you, that anger or that frustration or that sadness that you feel is going to go away. It's not going to be with you forever. So we got to figure this out. Now, after we have started doing a little research and investigation and figuring out what are our options, why are things happening this way, what's the overall goal that they're trying to achieve, whether it's for us or against us, right? Once you putting two and two together, okay? Now we're working into the understanding, and there's two very particular things you need to understand. First thing first, how can I leverage this? How can I leverage this? How can I leverage this? I know that sounds calculating to some people. I know that sounds cold to some people, but you have to remember, if someone is attacking you, okay? If someone is trying to terrorize you, hurt you, get you off your square, whether it's professionally or personally, okay, with whatever way that they're coming at you, if this is what's going on, once you calm down, and this is the thing, once you start training yourself to think like this, y'all, you're going to get you're going to be able to start assessing situations really, really quickly. Okay. Some of y'all, it may take you a day or two to get through this. Some of y'all may take you a week or two to get through this. Others that we've trained our brain to think like this is, I'm talking about fast. I'm talking about like within a few minutes. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. We're there. How can I leverage it? What is the benefit of this for me? I know that this seems like an obstacle. I know that this seems like a disappointment. Hey, Nikki, I know that I'm not happy about what's happening right now, but is there any way I can turn this into something that's going to be beneficial for me, beneficial for my customers, beneficial for my company? Is there any way that there's something I've been trying to accomplish or something I've been trying to get to that I can turn this negative situation into a win for me? Whether that's fortifying your community together, right? Whether that's being able, right, to create help you figure out like creative concepts for your marketing campaigns. It could be a way for you to make more sales. It could be a way for you to get new vendor relationships, new supplier relationships. We're going to figure out what is some way I can benefit from this. Because we don't take L's over here. We learn. And we can lean into some things, but we're always going to figure out a way to come out on top. So you have to be able to ask yourself, how can I benefit from it? Even if it feels like it's bad. How can we benefit? Okay. How can we benefit? This is a real thing. This is a real question. And y'all not asking yourselves this. The next thing that we're trying to understand, what harm or hurt can come from this? We got to try right now. We got to try and look at things from different perspectives. So on this side, this is how I can benefit. On this other side now, I'm sitting here, okay, and I'm trying to figure out what are the negative implications of this. How will this hurt me, hurt my community, hurt my clients, right, or hurt my family? And now, which one is heavier? Okay. Which one is heavier? Because now we're going to sit down and we're going to make our decision and our plan based on that. It's really that simple. We're not making the decision and the plan based on the fire that you feel in your belly at the time. We're not making the decision or the plan, based on your initial, sometimes you hear something and it feels like you actually got a gut punch. It's actually a very visceral reaction you're at. We're not making our decision based on that. We're not making our decision based on the fact I can't stand that heifer. I can't stand that man. I can't stand such and such and such. They've been on XYZ elemental P for this. Man, that person it's some people that have hated me for years. And they thought they was going to get me, but I got them. Okay. And I didn't have to do anything negative to them. They came at me on some other type of time, and I was able to use them as a stepping stone. And that's real. I'm not gonna lie, baby. They bent over and I walk right over them. Okay. They came to try and cut me down, came to try and take things from me, came to try and kill my business, came to try right and ruin my name or my reputation. And while they were coming at me, I absolutely took the energy and transmuted it. And I used that situation to end up for something to my benefit. So this is what you're going to start asking yourself. How's it going to help me? How's it going to hurt me? And we're going to figure out our plan based on that, not based on the initial emotional reaction that we're having, because you want to have sustainability. Make sense? Make sense to everybody? Now, once we figured out our plan or what we would like to have happen, how are we going to execute on this? So are these things I'm going to be able to do on my own? Do I need to reach out to anyone to help me facilitate any part of this plan? Right. And sometimes facilitation is someone that can help you amplify a message or amplify a voice. Sometimes somebody knows somebody and they can get you to connect so y'all can get on the phone or get in a room with one another. Sometimes somebody can help you with a software. Sometimes somebody can help you anchor a deal. Sometimes it may be someone that can get you a link into some funding, right? Sometimes somebody can give you a heads up on what's happening. But guess what? If you're a hothead and you're disrespectful and you're very dramatic and it's always this whole entire fireworks show every time someone talks to you, you think you're going to be able to call people that are going to be able to help you out? You think you're going to be able to knock on the door and somebody going to open it and say, come on in and sit down and let's talk about this, or I can help you with XYZ element of B? Do you really think you're going to have those options at your disposal? You're not. If we're successful in business, whether it's online or offline, does not matter. You have, when I say have to, you have to learn how to control your emotions, because those social graces are going to come in clutch. And that's what's going to help you get to the next level. That's what's going to help you scale up. That's what's going to get people interested in your business. That's what's going to get you your investors. Y'all think people want to invest with you and they don't like you? Blink, blink, blink. Y'all think people want to buy your products and services and they don't like you? Y'all think who in here wants to help out somebody that they have negative emotions or negative feelings towards? Anybody? Is there anybody in here that you just love helping out people that you don't have great emotions and feelings towards? Right. Tell the truth. Absolutely not. Proverbs 16:32. He who is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he who rules his spirit than he who takes a city. Okay. Why? Because once you can feel that emotion, acknowledge it, and let it pass, you're able to figure out how to make a better decision for your business, for yourself, for your community, and for you financially. Now, I'm about to say something. I know it's gonna tick somebody off in here. I'm not saying it to tick you off. I'm saying it because it's the truth. I've noticed that we live in a very strange time right now, especially in America, that telling the truth makes people angry. Telling the truth, for some reason, people feel like they're being attacked. Okay, black people as a whole, black people as a whole. Do y'all know that you can take? I think it's the wealthiest 432 people in the United States, and the wealthiest 432 have more money and wealth than all of the black people in America combined. Do y'all know that for every 9 white families that have millionaires, there's only 1 black family with a millionaire? Do y'all know for our black businesses that make it past the 18 months, they make it past the 3 years, they make it past the 7 years, that our businesses that are operational are averaging about $321,000 a year compared to the average white-owned business that's averaging around $926,000 a year. Do you know that they're projecting the average household income for us, for Black people in America, around 2045 to be at a whopping $0? $0. But yet, y'all want to jump up on the internet and say that these Black business owners, whether it's the Lip Bar, whether it's Tabitha Brown, whether it's the Do, whether it's Kaleidoscope, y'all want to say that they need to immediately pull their products off of the shelves of these stores and the shelves of distribution. That is money that is being pulled out of our community. That is jobs, right? Do you know how many people we're employing? People that look like us. And the main people that's doing all this talking and y'all trying to bully other people and cuss other people out and, verbally lash people for not saying, no, that they need to leave and we're leaving out of there immediately. Whose light bill are you finna pay when they lose their job? If we're all out here poor and destitute, how are we gonna help hold another person up? If we don't have the money and the knowledge and the access to be able to fund something, how much more difficult do you think it's going to be to continue to help other small businesses grow? I'm asking a legitimate question right now. I want y'all to think about this. I want y'all to think about this because we're going to talk about distribution. We're going to talk about marketing budgets. We're going to talk about your staffing, fines, buyback clauses. We're gonna talk about all of that. Transition periods in time. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn this off. Hold on, you guys. They keep sending me battle requests. This is stressing me out. Stressing me out. Battle request. And this is the thing, y'all. Whenever I want to battle, they don't ever want to send battle requests when I want to battle. Okay? They always want to send battle. They always want to send battle requests when I'm trying to do something important. That's when they want to send goddamn battle requests. That's when they want to send them. I don't want to do it today. We don't want to do it. Do y'all want to do it? I don't want to do it. Okay. But the things I have seen today have been just outrageous over the weekend. And watching some of these larger influencers yoke people around emotionally is just like, what is happening? And I know that they know better. I know that they know better. I know that they know better. For actual factual, know that they know better. Hold on, y'all. Let me switch this out real quick. Okay. So for whatever reason, the internet has decided to make Tabitha Brown the face of the Black elitists. Okay. Now let me be clear, because someone was like, oh, Tabitha Brown is in the same boat as Snoop Dogg. Y'all can't hear me? Y'all can't hear me? If y'all can hear me, give me no sound. Oh, everybody's saying no sound. I can. Okay, so the people that are saying you can hear, can y'all add the people that are saying that they can't hear and just tell them to leave the room and come back? Okay. Thank you. Thank you for everyone saying they hear me. So I'm not sure why y'all have decided that Tabitha Brown, should be like the whipping girl in this whole situation. Because she's not the only person that made a video or a statement speaking out. Courtney, that built up the Main Choice, she came out. The Lip Bar came out, made a statement. Okay. Judy with Kaleidoscope, she's come out and said something. The owner of the Do come out and said something. Okay. So it's weird to me, I'm not going to lie, to see so many people. Okay. It's very strange to me to see so many people operating as an angry mob in the comments and trying to destroy these people's businesses and reputations. And now comparing them to Snoop Dogg, when at the end of the day, they didn't ask for this. Okay. This is legislation. These are changes. These are company policies that came down like an axe, all right, like an axe, like just out of nowhere on them. That's number one. Okay. This is not a situation where somebody was like, hey, I'll pay you X amount of dollars and give you a meme coin if you come do XYZ Elemental P. Okay. Exactly. Social media thugs. So I need y'all to help people understand this. Now, so for everyone's talking about just pull your stuff out of the store and sell on your website. Now, y'all heard what I was just saying about Black people and our income and our money, right? And household income and our wealth. Okay. Now, something else that nobody wants to hear, when it comes to Black owned businesses, a lot of Black people are not shopping Black owned on a regular basis. A lot of Black people do it when it's popular. A lot of Black people do it when it's trendy. You know why y'all are not doing it? Because y'all say it's inconvenient and y'all complain about the price. I'm gonna do a whole post. It probably won't go up until the morning talking about the price. Okay, so we got a bunch of things happening at one time. Number one, there are things called contracts. If any of you guys know anyone that are in a retail space, you cannot just come and pull your stuff out of a major retail store. That's not the thing. That's not a thing. You can't just get up one day and say, I'm gonna pull my stuff out of this store. Okay? It does not work that way. So also, for those of you that are like, oh, they're rich, we're just not going to Target, we're just not going to Walmart, we're just going to let their crap sit on the shelves and expire and not sell. So now you want to cost this company that hasn't done anything wrong. You're essentially punishing the few companies that we have. You're punishing them. So now you want them to have to buy everything back, because that's what happens. You want them to have to pay hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in shipping costs. You want them to get fines from the companies when they decide to pull out of the store. Now, if it was set up that we had a day or we had a week or something for our businesses that we want to come out of Walmart and that we want to come out of Target and we want them to come out of Sam's Club, and for a week, all of the Black people were going to get together and we were just going to go crazy ordering on their websites, or if we're in their city, going to their brick and mortars and buying their stuff so that they made enough money to compensate for them pulling out of that contract and the sales that they would be losing every month, then I would say, yeah. I would say, yeah, baby, just pull out. Just pull out. We right. That's what I would say. Now let's be real though. Is that happening? Is that happening? Do we have Black people? All these people on the internet telling me, I go to their site and buy. I go to their site. Have you gone to the site and purchased? Have you went to the sites and purchased? Not only have you gone to the site and purchased, the people that you know, have all of y'all gone to the site and purchased? No, you haven't, right? So let's talk about a distribution chain. A Target or a Walmart or real estate is distribution, okay? They're able to reach more customers by being in these stores than they are marketing on their own, because most small business owners, like for instance, let's say I have my small business and my business does really well, and let's say I make $5 million that year in sales. I did great, right? All of us in here will be super excited. Like, oh my God, we had a $5 million year. This is amazing. This is awesome. Okay. There's a beverage company, a very, very popular beverage company that has been around for a long time in America, like been around over hundreds, like over 100 years. Okay. Their drinks come in red cans. They were a client of mine at one point in time. The experimental marketing budget for the region, not for the whole United States, for the region I was working on was $20 million. Let that sink in. They're not their set marketing budget, experimental. That means money that I got to try all kinds of new stuff with, to say, hey, I think we should try this and I think we should do that. Because they came to me to help them get influencers and content creators and build out their return paths and do their ads on social media because they couldn't figure out the messaging. So that's what I came in to do for them. Experimental marketing budget for one region of the United States was $20 million. Now, again, if any of us have a $5 million year, that's $5 million that you've made in revenue, right? Which if you did 5 million in revenue, if you're keeping 20 cents on the dollar, you're doing really, really well. So you may have $1 million in profit, maybe 1.5 in profit. Do you have the marketing budget to keep up with these giant conglomerates like a Procter and Gamble or a Johnson and Johnson to put out your campaigns, to be at all the fairs and conventions, to be at the conferences, to be at the shows, to be on the order panels, to be doing the organic marketing, the mass marketing, the radio, the TV, the internet, the influencer? The gifting? Do you have the money, all the giveaways, the samples, the block parties, on the grocery buggies, the mailers that go out? Does that small business, do they have the ability to market and compete with those companies? They do not. They don't. And a lot of y'all don't understand how much business costs to scale. So when we're looking at a bunch of Targets or a bunch of Walmarts, okay, that's real estate, that is now the product is on the shelf, and I may go into the store. Maybe I'm going in the store to pick up a new Swifferjet mop or something, and I go, you know what? I need a little conditioner. Let me run over here. And now I see my 10 or 20 or 15 different Black business owners. I see them here. And then I say, you know what? I kind of want a little snack. And I go over to the aisle and I see the Ghetto Gastro Pop-Tarts, and I'm like, oh, let me try this. I never saw a Ghetto Gastro commercial. I never heard a Ghetto Gastro radio ad. I never seen a Ghetto Gastro ad come through my social media because they can't retarget me because I didn't know they existed. So I'm not on their website. Oh, I'm going to pick up maple syrup, and I look down and see Patti LaBelle has pancake mix. Oh, well, I didn't know Patti LaBelle had pancake mix. Let me grab it. Now, let's stop acting like the rest of us don't go to the store, and that's what happens. You go in there and you see something and you pick it up. This is what's happening for these small business owners. Let's not act like sometimes you run out of something that you forgot to order. So now you want to go to the store and get it immediately. You don't want to wait 3 days, 4 days, 5 days for it to come to you. Does that, y'all understand? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down. So when we're looking at a distribution channel, not only are you hurting their sales, because if you're in 700 stores, 1,000 stores, 2,000 stores, okay, and you're not having to pay $15-20 million to advertise that you don't have anyway because you have a small business. Blink, blink, blink. Okay. Now you're directly hurting the sales on top of the issues with the contracts and the fines they would get, and what they would have to pay for shipping, and what they would have to pay for storage in the warehousing. and what they would have to pay for inventory management, right? Because now I got all of this stuff back, and I gotta figure out what expires on what dates, what orders go out, and now I have to come up with enough money out of somewhere. I guess you're gonna pull it out of your butt, right? Now I got, because everybody doesn't always give you funding, give you money. Now I got to come up with enough money to have millions of dollars to reach all of these people in these markets so that they know my products exist. And now I got to convince them to order from me. Okay. And when we're taking out of the store, they're just going to replace us with another brand. And so now, because you went to the store and you're looking for your favorite conditioner or your favorite lipstick or your favorite lip gloss or your favorite Pop-Tart, and it's not there, what do a lot of people do? Oh, I'll just buy this. Some of y'all will go to another store, but a lot of people go, well, I went 2 or 3 times, it wasn't there, so I just started using this. We have to make this make sense. Okay. So this is why I said, if we're doing a boycott, and I'm looking at it from a business perspective, and I'm looking at it as the whole for our community, what's beneficial for our community, it should be a strategic boycott. And y'all out here on the internet playing games, talking about, oh, we're going to have a blackout day on February 1st. What is one day going to do? What is one day going to do? Y'all do realize when they boycotted the buses in Montgomery, Alabama, there was like 13 months. Y'all do realize other people helped out with like driving and rides, right? And sharing and groups and community. So realistically, you said they just cleared the shelves of black products in Target. Is that in your Target? Because in my Target, they're still there. Because I wanted to go because I saw people putting up posts online this weekend, and they were saying that they had marked down the black beauty products to 50 and 75%. And so I actually went, even though I'm boycott, I actually went, and I was like, well, let me go see. Ours were not marked down to 50 and 70%. So you're saying the aisles are cleared, but the stuff is still here too. It's still here, and I live in Arkansas, so maybe they're gonna put them on sale later this week. I'm not sure. Okay. Nurse and Nurse said my Target, all the black products are at full price. Is it right? I can't find Ghetto Gastro either. I have to order it online because it's sold out everywhere here. Y'all said not here. I saw that marked down black beauty products. Like, they're not marked down here. Nurse and Nurse said, Nurse and Nerd, you are in Charlotte, right? She's in North Carolina. So they're not there either for her. So, right. So this is one. So I didn't buy anything. I literally just went into the store because I wanted to see if the products were there. You said yards are marked down, right? So it's different everywhere. The ones in Metro Atlanta were 50% off last week. You said, and this is where, let's see, black grocers have to start cropping up, right? Like exactly like the way we have Spanish and Asian stores. But again, I spoke to that earlier. When we look at the wealth, when we look at black businesses, okay, and how much money they have, y'all act like popping up a store just costs $50,000. Let's see. Wellness Signature said in the DMV, all the black products are right on the shelves. Exactly. This is what y'all are. I see people, oh, we need our own Amazon. Oh, we need our own stores. Somebody was like, oh, we can use all the Dollar Generals for stores. Okay, and who's going to pay to fill them? Who's going to pay for the labor? Who's going to come up with, the $1 billion, $2 billion marketing campaign so everybody knows that they're there? Who's going to put the circulars together? Who's going to hire all of the regional managers and directors? Who's going to handle the procurement team? Because you have to have that too, right? There's so many moving parts. So it's not that it's not impossible, and I'm for it. However, these are things that we actually have to plan out, and they have to be done over years. And there's one thing that I know somebody finna get ticked off when I say this, but I'm gonna tell the truth. The goddamn MAGA, the Klan, okay, the Yahtzees, they have always been down with a long game plan. They are willing to take 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Y'all, when I was in high school, The kids that were going into the government that wanted to be judges, wanted to be aldermen, wanted to be in the Senate or the House, they already knew that they had started grooming them kids when we were 15 and 16 years old. They already knew. They'd already indoctrinated them every single day. And so we want something instant. It's not going to happen instantaneously, but if we as a community are willing to spread the word and we all start educating each other one by one so that we understand, we ain't got to understand everything in depth, but if you can understand, right, that just the bird's eye view of how this works, then yes, we would be able to have our own versions of Amazon. We would have our own versions of a Walmart. We would have our own versions of a Target, right? We would have that. We would have our own versions of Dollar Trees. We wouldn't have to depend on other people. However, we have to be committed to long-term plan and community development. We can't, right? And we can't allow ourselves to be emotionally manipulated, because there's a couple of these little movements I've seen running around, and y'all are tagging me. Y'all wonder why. Look, I'm going to tell y'all this about me. If I don't say anything about it, you need to pay attention to what I'm not saying. Okay, I'm committed to not being out here trying to tear down another Black person or another Black business or organization. But when I know something is some BS, when I know something stank, okay, no, I'm not going to be a part of it. Okay, I'm not going to be a part of it. I'm not going to do it. Right. Y'all know I'm working on building a Black business directory in an app that's actually comprehensive. So it covers all across the United States, every city, every town, try and get all of it. Do y'all know how big of a project that is? And somebody slid in my DM the other day telling me, oh, I haven't heard anything about it in a while. Baby, did you give me any money for it? Because I didn't ask anybody for any money. Right? Is anybody paying for this? No, ain't nobody paying for this. So do y'all know how hard it is to hunt down and find and try and put these things? It's a humongous undertaking, right? And it's a project that I want to do, and I want to do it well, and it's going to be proud, right? We're going to be proud when it comes out. This is not something that you're turning overnight. So when we're looking at these companies, okay? When we're looking at these companies that are in Target or in Walmart, this is why a strategic boycott makes sense. Because first of all, we need to be planning to boycott for years. Y'all really want companies to take us seriously? We don't need to be. They're laughing. Ain't nobody studying the Blacks. The Blacks finna be mad and talk about it for a week, and then they're gonna be right on back. No, we need to boycott Target for years. We need to boycott Walmart for years, right? We got to be committed to it in that way so that these companies get the point, right? We're supposed to be boycotting Walmart before all of this started. Start seeing all y'all with videos talking about you got your working bag. What is y'all doing? What are you doing? Go find it on TikTok. Don't buy it out of Walmart. We supposed to be boycotting them, right? Everybody, right? Like make it, you know what I'm saying? Make it make sense. And that's not a need. Pete, you said we boycotting Facebook and Instagram, dropping the monetized accounts. If I'm being honest, right now, I think that could happen, but I think it would have to be a phase out. And I'm saying that because, okay, hear me out. Again, we got to make sure we're not shooting ourselves in the foot in the process. Okay. It's very easy for someone who is currently privileged financially, as far as I can pay my mortgage, I can pay my car note, I can pay my insurance, I can buy my groceries every day. It's very, very easy for me in that position to say, leave. Well, this is the thing. If we have a lot of Black, and there are a lot of Black content creators, that's literally how they're paying for their daycare. That's literally how they're paying their mortgage. That's literally how they're paying for their mom's medicine. We got to give them time to transition to another platform. Y'all see what I'm saying? Now, if there are people on here and you don't have to use it for that, yeah, go ahead, delete the apps. You know what I'm saying? Look for your favorite creators on Blue Sky or Fanbase, or you know what I'm saying, wherever people are going on YouTube, right? If that's what you want to do, then I advocate for that. However, don't try and throw stones right at our own because they haven't left as fast as you want them to leave. We have to be able to realistically give people a plan. If we're gonna boycott Meta, okay, yeah, let's boycott Meta. Yeah, okay, y'all, you got 90 days to get a Fanbase account. because we can spread the word, right? You got 90, that means y'all got 90 days to come and follow us on Fanbase or follow us on Blue Sky or follow us on YouTube, right? That's how that works. So my proposal with this boycott, yeah, if you got to go to Target, if you got to go to Walmart, okay, if you want to get something, go to that store and just get exclusively the Black owned and the ally owned products. Sell them out. So now they're out of product. They don't have to worry about buyback. They don't have to worry about shipping. They don't have to worry about they don't have to worry about any of the logistical nightmares that will come with it. They're not gonna have to worry about warehousing. They don't have to worry about that they put, millions and millions of dollars into products that have expired now, right? Because for the hair care and the skincare products, they're using actual natural ingredients. They're non-carcinogens, right? So literally, if that is what we're doing, then that is great, right? That makes sense. And that gives them time to transition. That gives them time to update their servers for their websites. Because I'm gonna tell y'all this, when we do the birthday sales and we do the holiday sales in the kingdom, we get so much traffic. We have to have all kinds of extra customer support. We have to have all kinds of extra engineers on board. Y'all know sometimes y'all have sold my stuff to the point it has broken the links because there's so many people trying to buy at one time. So you have to be prepared, right? To be able to say, okay, not only am I trying to phase out of here, now I got to shoot new campaigns. Y'all haven't thought about that, have y'all? Our companies that are working like this, the stuff that's about to drop in the spring, a lot of those commercials, campaigns, skits, collaborations, we already did that stuff months ago. We already did that stuff months ago. Right? That already happened. So now they got to re-record. They got to remaster, got to remake, right? Because now you got to do campaigns to say like, oh, you can find my products in Walgreens, Kroger, Wegmans, and Costco, if they're even inside of those retailers. If they're not in those retailers, now they got to try and get into those retailers so they can get into the distribution channels, right? Because as much as y'all want to say, I'm telling you this, everybody not rolling up getting stuff online. People act like I told them to slap their mama when I was like, delete Amazon Prime. Blink, blink, blink. You was living life before Amazon Prime. You can wait an extra 4 or 5 days. You can wait a couple extra days to get your stuff. Okay, you can. You don't have to, but you can. Now, for most of us, is there anything that you really need that's on Amazon Prime? You see what I'm saying? You said we'll get into the black owned stores. How many black owned hair stores do you think there are across the United States of America? So again, and I'm not picking on you, but this is what I'm talking about with this thought and with this mindset. And people are like, oh, just do this. How many black owned hair stores do you think we have across the United States of America? Legitimately asking. You said a lot. Is it? It's not. Tell me all the black owned hair stores in Little Rock, North Little Rock. I live in Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas, North Little Rock, Arkansas, Jacksonville, Conway, inside of Central Arkansas. Tell me how many black owned hair stores are here. Tell me how many black owned hair stores are in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Tell me how many black owned hair stores are in Northwest Arkansas. It's a lot of black people in Memphis. Do you think it's a bunch of black owned hair stores in Memphis, Tennessee? You said you got one, but 26 miles away. Dope. I'm glad you got one that's 26 miles away. Exactly. A lot of these hair stores are not owned by us. You say I only know 4 in a 50-mile radius from me, and I'm in Cleveland. That's dope that y'all got the population to have them. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you have a black-owned hair store and you can get your products in it, I absolutely feel like the products should be in those black-owned hair stores. Okay? I absolutely 100% believe that. But again, y'all throw out options that are not viable. Is there a black grocery chain in the United States? Is there a black get even if you just want to get gas and say I just want to stop at black gas stations across the United States? Do y'all know how challenging that is to do? Because I've actually tried it. I've actually tried it because I drive sometimes, depending on how much inventory we got to carry for events. Y'all see what I'm saying? So there's a distribution issue, and will it be fixed? Yes. But is this going to be something that's going to be fixed overnight? No. There's not a chain of black stores that we can move to to just say, okay, everybody, pull your products, and you're just going to find them exclusively in these black retailers. You said, where are we putting our money? It's a shame. Well, this is the thing. You have some people that actually do try to build those things, and then there are other things that they face. So I have a few clients who actually do own hair stores that are black, and one of the biggest challenges that they faced was vendors not wanting to work with them because there's typically a market and a business that's dominated by Asians and Middle Eastern people, especially down here in the South. So they had a very, very hard time even being able to get suppliers because suppliers did not want to work with them because they weren't one of them. Right. So now you got the money to get a space. Now, and remember, it's commercial. So you're responsible for all of the expenses in a commercial space, and commercial space is not cheap. So now they're giving you different prices. Okay, if you can get vendors and suppliers, you got to pay higher prices than other people. You got your overhead of your building. You got to come up with enough money to be able to pay the employees to be inside of the store. You got all your regular expenses like your security, your internet, your registers, your payment processors. Because y'all don't think about that as the consumer. When you go in and swipe, you just swipe. It costs me money for you to swipe. When y'all come check out and y'all are doing like the monthly payment plans and the buy now pay later, that costs me money. There's a cost of doing business for me to do that, right? So now we have all of that. Then on top of this, you got to pay for advertising because people have to know that your store exists, right? So it's not necessarily that you don't have black people that aren't trying to put these things together, but again, exactly 2% again. Now you have to have someone that is coming up, and these are, like I said, this is not like a $50,000 venture where you can just pull it out of your savings account for a lot of people. Right. You said, and that's the issue. So we just saying, just keep supporting those who don't care. What do you mean by those who don't care? Who you feel like doesn't care? I guess ask me in a different way. The change does need to happen, but what I'm saying is it's not going to happen overnight. Like there has to be a plan. Let's see. I only know one gas station on the outskirts of Atlanta. Exactly with vendors. Never seen a black nail salon. I honestly haven't seen. I have in Atlanta. I have in Atlanta, but Atlanta is like the magical land for black success. But here inside of Arkansas, where I live, no, I haven't. Now there are black nail techs, and they have like suites, in different places. I've seen that, but as far as like a fully owned black salon in a black neighborhood, no, I haven't seen it here. But in Atlanta, I have. But like I said, Atlanta is different. It's black people do everything in Atlanta. DC is another place where you're going to see a lot of very successful black people. DC is a chocolate city too. And black people do pretty well in Houston also. He said, yeah, it's like 2 black nail salons there. Yeah. So it depends. You said, do have y'all got a few in Philly? I can see that because y'all have a large population there. I don't expect it to happen overnight. It's something that's going to take some time, but we have to take that sacrifice and maybe scale down to scale back up. So Chuck Spice, or is it Chuck Spico? Chuck Spico, or is it Spice? Help me out. Sorry, I'm not trying to mispronounce your name. So this is the thing. You're asking people to scale down to scale back up, but when they scale down, there's not going to be a backup. I don't think y'all understand. Y'all are processing the amount of money it takes to run a business and scale a business once it gets to that size. Again, if there was a way that all of us, could organize And maybe for a week, we go to all these stores and we buy enough stuff that it covers the fines they'll get, it covers the buyback, it causes what it would cost for them to warehouse. It causes we're able to buy enough products for what they would have made over the next year or the next 18 months in those retailers that we're able to do that for them. So now they have the capital to advertise, put the new systems in place, hire the new team, right? The manufacturing and stuff like that. Then yes, that would make sense. Oh, Pico, like Pico Bagaya. Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Got it. Thank you so much. Check Speako. Got it. Check Speako. Right. But does that make sense? You understand what I'm saying? So this is you said it cost me 7K just to open. Just to open. Maintenance was always almost double. Exactly. You said scale down to make just enough to pay the bills and fees. Okay, so I'm gonna put it to y'all like this. I don't want to put all my business out here, okay? But I have a team and I have to make my team's payroll because depending on what I do, literally affects all of the black people that work for me. It literally determines if they can pay their rent, pay their light bill, buy their groceries, those sorts of types of things, right? And we sell a few physical products, right? I do, we do all right with the physical stuff, but I'm not like pushing out enough physical products where I'm doing like 15, $20 million a year, right? Fortunately, we have the ad agency, the consulting, and a lot of y'all purchase my digital products and stuff like that. So realistically, and I'm looking at my payroll, okay, and my payroll is big, okay. My overhead for my little company, okay, my overhead is over $100,000 a month. Now, if all of a sudden we went to, I don't know, maybe I have a team of 45 full-time Black employees here in America, because remember, American people have American cost of living. And I don't pay anybody on my team minimum wage. Everybody on my team at least makes a living wage. Okay. So let's say I go to 45 that I got here all the time on a regular basis, and they're in my warehouse. You know what I mean? We're running full 9 to 5 schedule, benefits, and all of that stuff. Well, now all of a sudden on my payroll side, we're finna bump up to close to about $750,000 a month. Not a year, a month. A month. Not to mention benefits and all that other stuff. And a lot of y'all don't know too, the government charges us to have you as an employee. So it would be a lot easier for us to give y'all raises if we didn't have to pay as much in payroll taxes on the back end. I got to pay the government almost what you're taking home to be able to have you as an employee. You see what I'm saying? It's not. So when y'all are like billed down to meet the bare minimum bills, some of these companies, they already may be kind of like at bare minimum, depending on where they were in the scaling, the model, the fundraising, right? And now you're faced with losing your major distribution channels. You said that's wrong. I was just confused by the guy saying scale back, like how, yeah, is how, right? So realistically, if we want to be, because remember, I'm telling y'all, this boycott is not like a few weeks thing. We need to be committed to this for some years. So that way other companies, banks, facilities, they understand perfectly well that if you mess with the Black people, it is going to F you up. Okay. You mess with the Black people, you're going to be out of business. You disrespect the Black people, you hurt the Black people, your business is non-existent or you're going to be struggling. Okay. We need the shareholders on their necks. You understand what I'm saying? But in the process, we don't want to destroy and bankrupt the businesses that we already have inside of our community. So a lot of y'all are like, oh, she just care about her bottom line. No, it's not that. Okay. It is literally, you said boycott it all, no selective boycotting. How's that not boycotting at all though, JoJo? Are you a Russian operative, JoJo? Are you a bot? And y'all are more than welcome to come up into the queue if y'all want to talk. But I'm literally asking how is saying I'm just purchasing the black brands until they're out of their contracts so that they have time to transition and move over, whether it's 6 months or 8 months, right? Whatever we got to do. How is that selective? Because it's still a boycott. Why do I have to be a bot for my opinion? I was just asking. I was because your opinion doesn't make any sense. Why would you want to contribute to continuing to tear down the black community with everything that we have coming against us right now? Are y'all not seeing what the administration is doing? Are y'all not looking at the laws that are coming down? I'm not telling you to support Target. I'm saying support the black owned business. You got to be able to separate the two. Y'all are being too emotionally charged, and you're going to put us as a community as a whole where we're going to be even further back. That's what I'm saying. You said bring back that 2020 energy. So this is the thing. Y'all over here talking about 2020 energy. A lot of those black business owners, it was false support. Their numbers ran up for 3 or 4 months. They went into mass production to be able to meet the new demand, and people stopped buying. Thank you for the ribbons. I pray shop. People stop buying.
Hello.
Hi. I can.
Hi. I have a question for you. I've heard, I've seen a lot of the let's do this, let's do that. Honestly, we are running off the coattails of MLK. What I mean by that, like setting the forefront of the boycott. They really set the blueprint. However, I just don't think that we really continued on with that. And so now we're caught up to now, like basically starting over. So right now in 2024 and trying to boycott right now to be on that same level, it's going to be a little bit different. And so therefore we're going to have to come with a different concept. And so the idea just came that maybe we as a community need to invest into the very companies that we're trying to ban. First and foremost, that would be a phase 1, for example. Phase 2 would be more of, okay, now we're going to start boycotting certain things. And this is going to be a monthly thing that we do monthly.
Don't have to be that organized.
And then going from there, then we would have it organized continually. Okay, this is what we're going to do, and continue on with that concept.
I hear you, Black Butterfly. But if we're being honest, how many black folk do you think right now have the expendable income? Do you think I'm not being facetious? Do you honestly think that there are enough of us with the expendable income to be able to buy into the company, and then being able to convince enough of us to buy into it when we really can't, when we are having a hard time right now getting people to understand that supporting that black business so they have time to transition is not a support of Target?
That's what I'm trying to say. To the investment, I think that they can invest. Okay, so let's just go from ground zero from the investment. There's many ways to invest. I mean, especially not having the $100, whatever. If we commit and say, okay, this is what we're going to do, whether it's 12 groups of us or whatever, and having just a consensus of this is what we're going to do. Or maybe this particular group is going to do this, and then we're going to do this for the next 12 months. And then people starting to see exactly what we're doing, and then talking to a lot of the TikTok individuals who are supporting, hey, we need to, and giving them that information, hey, we're already started. And so it has to start. We can't wait for everybody. And that was
it did start, though.
It has to start.
It started already.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that need to start and continue on with it. And what I'm saying is that if it's starting, okay. If it started, tell us one, how it's supposed to be done, and it's going to be sticking for the next 12 months. That is what I'm trying to say. Because
Black-owned
right
businesses
now,
are thriving. You just have to find it. And then they have the blueprint that you're asking for. It's been done. So you started with, Martin Luther King, and that's the foundation, and we have to get organized and da-da-da-da. Like, there are Black-owned businesses out there. Certain people in certain areas might not have as much access, funds, or time to support Tabitha Brown or the big name people. But like, even if it's in your neighborhood, don't put in, just consciously decide. I think my suggestion for a lot of people to just kind of help us elevate is to just figure out how you can put a Black-owned product in your household that you actually need, and leave that review, leave it on Google, leave it on Amazon, leave it on the Facebook, find them on Instagram, and just purposely do that. Find a Black dentist, find a Black doctor, find a Black therapist, find a Black photographer, because some of us don't have the time and access or the funds to do everything you're asking. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're asking for the whole community to get together and make a miracle. Like,
no, ma'am, that's not what I said at all. That is not what I said. Maybe that's what it sounded like. That is not what I'm saying at all. I am talking about something just a little bit further down the line. The thing about it right now is that a lot of people in the Black community don't have a lot of money, or they're using their money elsewhere in other areas. What I'm saying is, you can't wait to invest. And that has been a problem with a lot of us within the community. So, I can't invest in gold. I don't have the means to do this. I'm gonna wait till I pay all my bills off, and then I'm gonna go do that. It's not gonna happen, and it does not happen in the other communities.
Well, see, I don't.
Some
That's not true. That's not true, because I've been doing financial trainings and education for a long time. Not just with the Black community. People bring me in all over the place, all different types of communities. And so that's a false equivalency to say that, you have the majority of people in these other communities that are investing. Our tax code wouldn't even work if the majority of Americans were investors. Investors are a very, very, very small subset of the American population, no matter what their background is. So that's number one on that. And then also, I feel like there's a lot of people, they're actively saying, I don't want to invest in these other companies that already exist. They want to build up their own infrastructure, want to build up our own logistics. So they're looking at, how do we invest in that, right? In the buildings. And these Black companies, for instance, one of the things that I recommended in my strategy is a replacement plan. And it's literally like, is it Michelle the Explorer, like she was saying, going out and telling other people like, hey, I bought this laundry detergent from Buff City. It's a Black-owned brand. And I bought my body butter and my lotion from Jolin Skincare, and here, you can go order from her. Here's the link. And, and then actively going over and giving them the review. So whenever people are searching, they're showing up. Those are very small steps. They don't cost any money, but it's very intentional. And it will start the process of recirculating the dollar inside of our community. Because in the 80s is when Black people started to lose the circulation of the dollar. And by the time we got to the 90s, it was decreasing.
Well, I think the white elephant in the room is, as Black people, we just got to learn to support each other.
Mm-hmm.
Majority of these Black businesses right now, they're not sustaining because we're going out and buying from them. They're sustaining because of other people going in there to purchase from them. Mm-hmm. So that's a whole nother mindset. You literally have got to retrain people, because back in the 60s and the 70s, we were absolutely 100% Black power, money in our own communities. Right now, honey, you couldn't get a friend that looked like you to support you. But guess what? You get on TikTok, you got Jessica ready to spend her money with you. So we have literally got to retrain, rethink. Those of us, we're talking about investing in companies. I would love for somebody to invest in my company, but I know I ain't going to my community because I'm not going to get that support.
And, for a long time, we didn't have the infrastructure. Like somebody in the comments was saying, oh, well, why don't you buy directly from Tabitha and not go through Target? Well, some of us don't really have the time or the access to the research to go get that website. So if it's just buying Target just to pay for that middleman. And I know some of the funds do go back to Target and the logistics and all of that, but just to know like some of those funds does go back to her entity, like if that's the thing that you can do to support, then I'll take it.
Now see, I will call a cop out on that, because if you can't carve out 10 minutes to go get on the website to order, some
Precisely.
vegan spices or whatever, then you're really not down for the cause, right? My whole thing is, let's just buy them out until, like, if her contract ends in a year, if we can buy out all her products, so in 4 months they're all gone, great. Now you got time to transition and try and open up more distribution channels, try and beef up your supply chain, your servers on the internet, your customer servers, right? Service, you need more people to help with the logistics. She may need more people to be in her warehouse if she's trying to start doing a direct shipment processing. That doesn't happen overnight. And not just with her, there are several Black brands that are inside of these stores, right?
Absolutely.
And there's not a lot of them that just can transition like that, because it costs millions and millions and millions of dollars. And people are like, oh, just pull your product off the shelf. Well, there are contracts and there are fines,
Right.
and there are buybacks. The shipping, the warehousing, right? Some of these products, like people that make natural products, they don't have a long shelf life like the stuff that has all the chemicals and carcinogens in it that are going to kill you. So now we have this thing of, oh, I put good stuff inside of my product, and so I can buy it back. But now who am I going to sell it to? And I only maybe have 120-day window to sell it before it expires. You see what I'm saying? It's not a simple solution as everybody just says, just pull it out of the store. And so that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. So if we're saying we're going to boycott Target and Walmart for 2 years or 3 years, right? However long it takes until, other people respect us, respect the dollar, and they miss it. I don't care if we never go back. But what I'm saying is, in the process, let's not tank the Black businesses that are there. Give them a chance to be able to get out, because it is a tremendous feat to be a Black business owner and to make it to where you even have a multi-million-dollar company. There are only 9% of businesses, and this is according to the census in the United States, no matter the race, only 9% of us ever even get to $1 million in revenue. Right? So that's a feat. Like, when you look at me, I'm a systematic anomaly to be a Black woman that came out of the South from a working class family. And not only did I build up one multi-million-dollar company, I built up 5. Right? Not only have I been in business for a year, I'm going on my 18th year in business. That's not normal for anybody in business. So when we get a small amount of Black business owners and they are able to make it to these heights, we absolutely need to be supporting them, because a lot of them, I see them constantly putting money, resources, educational facilities, rebuilding homes, all sorts of types of things back into their community. And we have to have the dollars to do that, because the government is not going to do it. They're not going to do it.
That's something that we need to collectively understand. Like, if we want to support Black-owned businesses, like you said, to elevate in that way, we need to be able to cough up the change for real, because if we don't want Target price, if we don't want to support Target, then we're going to have to accept not Target prices.
Correct.
Well, yeah, exactly. But that's been the problem during COVID. That was a really big thing during COVID. A lot of Black-owned businesses were getting the the customers to come in, but the overflow and then the criticism that they were getting, like, oh, your stuff is not up to par, like,
your prices are too high, whoop-de-whoop.
Yeah, your price is too high. Or why don't you have better
your customer? Like,
yeah, it was very judgmental. Hey,
Butterfly, you're breaking up, Butterfly.
But I do think that that's where and I really only came on to say just a few points. I do think that that's where we have to be reminded to give each other grace. We're all collectively, like, for the host, that's your story is rare, right? So for the collective, none of us have seen this. And even to your point, I make natural products too, run through the same issues where, the shelf life but then also having to educate the clients or the attended audience, right? Like, hey, I can't offer Walmart prices. I can't offer Target prices because I don't buy in the bulk
quantity
that these companies, you know, and it seems like common sense, but it's not for the shopper. The average shopper is looking at, this is going to be $5 over here, or this is going to be $12 over here if I buy it directly from you. What, you know, so they're looking at how they can get the most for their money, right?
Mhm.
Understanding those. So yeah, just continuing education. But also I do, you know, the other thing I wanted to tap on was, now I don't have a solution, right? So I really don't want to lend too much to the conversation when you don't have solutions, right?
You're also a business owner, though. You're also a business owner, though. So you have a lot to contribute.
Yes. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. You know, but just from a space of, you know, we're all moving from an emotion, you know, there's a lot been going on this week. We're all up in roars. Now, did I necessarily receive the message specifically from Tabitha? You know, like I side-eyed it. Yeah, I wasn't really feeling it. I wasn't feeling the delivery. It wasn't giving what I needed it to give. But also just stepping back and being like, okay, so since I don't have an answer, right? I don't really have a solution, but I'm wondering as the few of them that are in this space, how can they come together and say, hey, listen, because like you said, it's going to be millions of dollars and it's going to take time. But hey, and I can't think of the lady, Judy. It doesn't, she had her warehouse, right? Mm-hmm. So why can't, you know, and I'm not saying that it hasn't been presented. I don't know, you know, the backstory of any of that, but I wish that we would lean on each other more and just say, hey, listen, you have this warehouse, you have two, you expanded. Can I rent space from you? Right? And like start to do a distribution from your warehouse. You know, there has to be some type of other thing instead of just continuing to allow them to hold us by the balls in that way. You know?
I think Tabitha absolutely nailed it because she understands this board game. She absolutely understands the table where very select few people get to sit. There are over 20 different Black businesses that are in Target with at least 50 to 60 that happen to appear and they go away.
Mm-hmm.
So the game of this chess is if we're going in and exclusively, I mean, we've got canned foods, we have everything in Target. If you go in and discipline yourself to say, I'm buying from Tabitha, I'm buying from Born Canned Foods. If you go in with that mindset, yes, Tabitha, these people are getting paid, but it drowns out the others to where there's more of us that can go in because it's like, geez, there's a huge Black presence coming in and they're only buying Black products. We help their businesses. We keep them afloat because very few ever get to that table. Very few ever get to that table. So if we're able to pour into them and buy exclusively from them, if Target's getting 25, 50%, I'd rather for Tabitha to be able to get the other half versus Jessica. If that's really the thing we're playing.
Tabitha's good at the message because the thing is that I see with a lot of Black owners, and I get this too, is explaining my worth and my value. I'm not charging anything over market value. I'm not charging anything. I'm not trying to gyp nobody. I'm not adding a couple, $2, $3 to go in my pocket, whatever. It's more than just get services from me because of my culture. And with Tabitha, like, it's more than just that. Her target audience is Black women, curly hair, but you can also, there's a place for everybody in her message. Now, if the only narrative and the selling point of a product is this is a Black-owned business, like,
you're gonna go out of business. Like you don't get to say like, yeah, because I'm Black, I'm in business, I'm gonna give you a subpar product. That doesn't work. No, you still got to work for your customers. You still got to produce a good product. You still have to have a good service, right?
Yeah.
And this is the thing, in the time while they're phasing out, you know what I mean? They may be able to say, okay, now I'm going to be carried in Kroger or in Publix or Whole Foods or, you know what I'm saying? Or Wegmans or Costco, or wherever, right? Wherever they want to go, wherever they're going to be. But that gives them time, and everybody just acts as if everyone's going to go online. If these Black business owners had a mass amount of customers that were ordering online from them on a regular basis, they wouldn't even try and be inside of retail stores.
Absolutely.
They wouldn't
Yeah.
try and get in Macy's. They wouldn't try and be in Penny's. They wouldn't want to be in a Belt. They wouldn't. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the part that is there. I have 2 planners. Okay, my most popular. As a matter of fact, hold on. I'm gonna get these. I'm gonna show y'all.
Yes, please. Who has Tabitha the Brown stuff?
I have
I got
a few.
You know,
items.
I've only bought some of her foods. I have not bought any of her products. I'm a business owner, so I sold candles. You know, a lot of things on Etsy. So I've not touched any of that. But her lemon hummus from Target. I mean that was wonderful. But that's all I can say about that. Maybe the other ladies may have tried it. But
Okay. I got her like first season blend.
So this is a real life example, y'all. This is my success planner. This is our #1 selling planner. Okay. Currently sold out, waiting on backstock, right? This is my #2 best-selling planner, which is a profit planner. This helps you get your archetype, start the process, growing your followings with customers, how to convert them, all those good things, right? This planner was made with a Black-owned print shop here in the United States of America.
I know that's right.
No, you know that's right. But look, it takes a long time for people to buy now because of the price point. Now, what I sell this planner for is what it costs to have this planner made. So when we talk,
wow.
yes, and I had asked her, I said, well, if I double my order if I double my order, if I triple my order, I said, is there a way I can't do a price break? You know, this is as low as the cost can get. Now these I get made overseas, and if I order 20,000, 30,000 at a time, and let's be honest, the average Black business owner cannot order 20 or 30,000 of anything at a time. I'm very blessed to be in the situation that I can have 20 or 30,000 made at a time. Not only was I able to break down the price point, let me go and show y'all something else that I was able to get thrown in.
How much are they? Because I would definitely love to get one.
She probably has her link
in the bio. Check the bio first.
No, this was the first time she actually came on my feed. So,
okay, same.
Yeah.
So are we Black-owned businesses talking right now?
Yeah, I actually had to personally shut down my business temporarily with Etsy because I kept getting scammers. I don't know how they were doing it, but they were had some type of system where, you know, they were able to ship for free and get product for free. And so when things were coming, I was like, how are y'all getting this done? And talk to Etsy, hey, what's going on? I'm having like a plethora of people who are ordering things, but it is coming out in the system that is free. Everything was free. And I had to keep canceling orders. I said, no, well, Etsy's going to have to fix this. Hopefully they.
It sounds like they were able to get your test code, like when you set up a product, and how you have the ability when you set up a product, they give you a test code. It sounds like somehow they were able to get your test code in order, so they could put in the card, do the order, put in the address, and then put in the code to make it 100% off.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Somehow they were able to do that. But I just want to share all this. Okay, see my cute little box and how it's shrink wrapped. So whenever it comes into the mail, thank you. Well,
That's
because
beautiful.
the black owned business cannot do this for me. And if I work with an American company to get my boxes and my shrink wrap for my planners, it adds an extra $17.65 per planner. But if I go across the ocean and I get this done with the manufacturers, guess how much it adds to the cost of the planner?
$8.
No, 34 cents.
Cents. Yep. It's a lot cheaper.
Okay.
Okay, so
Wow.
so when we talk about the cost for these businesses, and they have American teams and American staffs. They don't have a bunch of people in India working for them. They don't have a lot of people in China working for them. Y'all understand what I'm saying? There's a huge disparity. Then even if you have the business here and they can order from India, or we can order from Bangladesh or Taiwan or China or wherever we're getting stuff made, well, now you have to have somebody that has enough to if you can, for instance, Toya, you said you make natural products, right? Well, if Toya can't order 20,000 of the little bottles or containers for her body butters or her lotions or, whatever to go in, well, now she's only ordering, let's say 200 at a time. Well, now that price, even for the container to put your product in, may go up to $5 a container.
That's exactly right. Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, I build businesses. So I got a lot of clients that do a lot of different things, right? So I'm pretty well versed in this type of stuff. And so when Black people are complaining about the price not being competitive, right? This is where us as a community, we got to learn to be a little uncomfortable and pay more, because as that business grows, well, now they can start bringing down those prices, right? Now they can get those breaks. Or as a community too of business owners working together and saying, okay, we got different labels, but we use the same bottle, or we have the same outsize. Let's 4 or 5 of us go in together and order our bottles or order our lids or order the boxes so we can get that price breakdown to make us more competitive, right? But realistically, this is a new space, having this in this particular era, right? In the 2020s, and having this much technology and access to things. And, you may have, one person is in Arkansas, somebody else is in California, someone else is in Philadelphia, someone is in Iowa, being able to connect and work together, because even though you got that price discount, well, now we got to figure out what's going on with the shipping, right? So this is why I'm like, this is a collective problem, and we have to all work on this together, right? And give those businesses time to get out and transition. And then also like really start supporting our small business owners. If it's a Black person that makes toothpaste, well, God dang it, go buy it from them. If it's a Black person that makes socks, order your socks from them. If it's a Black person, you know what I mean? That it's a Black owned bookstore, go in there and read your books and have your coffee instead of going to Barnes and Noble, right? Like, we as a community have to get very, very intentional about these things. And that's the other part. Everybody wants to be angry and enraged, all while they're talking about, we got to do a full boycott, while you're typing in all caps to me on Facebook and Instagram. And Meta was the first company to come out. Second, Amazon was first, Meta was second, to say that they were rolling back these DEI initiatives and that they were not going to be prioritizing working with minority vendors and suppliers. So it doesn't make sense to me. You're typing angry stuff to me on your iPhone. And Tim Cook was sitting in there. He gave $1 million to the inauguration and was at the Capitol brunch. Once he started seeing the smoke and the backlash that was coming from other people, that's when they put out the statement that they won't be rolling back DEI. But before, he was all for it. So literally, this is why I say they're not taking us seriously. Right. But we're not acting seriously ourselves. And it's going to take a minute for the message to filter. You know what I'm saying? So those of us that understand what's going on, we can't get frustrated because our other brothers and sisters don't understand it, or they don't get it tomorrow. It literally may take, and this is what you were saying, Butterfly, it may take 4 or 5 months of them seeing us get motion, seeing us be consistent, seeing us make traction for other people to start, joining in. It's going to be a process.
So we need to be aware, like as a collective group, that it's going to be, if we're going to support each other, it's going to come at a price, and it's going to come from our pockets. Like, we're going to have to support each other at this time. Like, if you can or when you can, even if it's just like twice a year, you're going to devote X amount of money that you can spend out of your pocket. Just devote it today and be like, I'm gonna give $50 to my favorite product that's Black owned. I'm gonna purposely find it. And in my mind, like, I'm kind of glad that I found this live because like I've been trying to find, you know, people in my industry of like home ownership and real estate
Mhm.
that are Black owned. Like in my town, there's not a Black owned title company. That's crazy to me. There's
Right.
not, you know, a lot of Black owned in the community property
If
management.
y'all are on
directory.
YouTube, y'all got to come over to TikTok or to the gram. My laptop's about to die. Go ahead. I'm sorry.